Okay, so the first thing I want to do is just a really quick intro. I want to ask you a real question, right? If you had to rebuild your income starting today, would you actually know where to start? Um, that's the conversation that we've been having for the last hour plus, Rhonda.
Absolutely. If
So
not more.
my name is Nikki Pink Goddess, also known as Coach Nick, and
I'm just simply Rhonda K. That's it.
Rhonda, you're so funny.
Nothing more to it.
You are so funny. So we really wanted to just come on here. We're planning to do more lives for sure. We
Mhm.
haven't come up with a schedule yet, but we both are in similar places, approaching retirement. That's the reality, and we want to create more income. There's a lot of things going on in the economy right now that is affecting the livelihood of a lot of families.
Mhm.
And the reality is that we cannot save our way to more money. It is impossible to save your way to more money. You have to invest your money. And if you don't have money to invest, then how are you going to grow your money? You got to you got to work another job, but who
Right.
wants to give more time? Rhonda, come on, tell them some things they got to do to get some more money
That's
that they
true. I
might not
mean,
want to do.
well, that's what you're saying, but you're starting with that's what we're taught to do. If you need to get out of debt or make more money, we're taught to go get another job or we're taught to save. And that's not how you reach financial freedom. I'm not like a guru on it or anything, but there's not enough hours in the day that any of us can work to really get to where we need to go, right? So
Correct.
we have to do creative, innovative things. We got to figure out, how do we do these things? And it's not the way that we've been doing them because that's not working.
Surely it's not
Right?
working.
That's not working.
So that's kind of the approach that we want to take with sharing our knowledge. I have not worked a job in over 18 years. I have been a pretty much a full-time entrepreneur. I know, Rhonda, you work, but you have been in the entrepreneurial world for how long?
Probably about, I want to say on a part-time basis, probably about 18, 19 years. But I've always had I saw my colleague, my high school friend today, and she was like, you always got some kind of hustle. So it's always been something. But at this point in time in my life, I'm more focused, you know,
Right.
I know exactly what it is that I need to do. So it's more than a hustle. It's not a hustle.
Correct, correct. And
Yeah.
so for myself, sometimes we go through a lot of things in life, and we as people, humans, what may affect me one way, it may not affect you. And so
Hmm.
how some people handle trauma, grief, depression, sadness, betrayal, like all of the different things that can, stunt your growth or stop you in your tracks. Like, I may take it a certain kind of way, and it can roll off Rhonda's shoulder.
Right, right.
So, and all of those different things, depending on how it affects you, it can really stunt your growth when you're trying to create income, when you're trying to grow your business, when you're trying to, grow personally.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of things I know with the years that I've been an entrepreneur, I have learned so much. And I too, like Rhonda, I kind of know exactly where I'm going now. So the shortcut to success is going to be much shorter because we have the experience.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me see. Let's see. We had some little things we wanted to talk about.
Yes. Bring them up. Bring them up.
Let me go find my notes. So the first thing we want to talk about. So Rhonda, do you want to talk about the relatable truth or the shift?
I'll do the shift.
Okay. So the relatable truth, I would say, the internet space is extremely noisy, right?
Hmm.
There's so many different ways for you to create income, like drop shipping, trading. Oh my goodness,
Oh, affiliate marketing, which is broad.
Very.
Um,
Let's touch on affiliate marketing a little bit, because I feel like I was getting ready to say network marketing.
mhm,
Like I said, trading, that requires money. I mean,
mhm,
pretty much there are some ways that you can create income that do not require you to spend a lot of money. Like if you have a lot of things in your house that you're wanting to get rid of,
mhm.
you can go around your house and sell things on eBay, Marketplace, Poshmark, Etsy, where you can sell items out of your house. That doesn't cost you much money.
Right.
So there are some ways that you can get started earning money that does not require you to spend money. However, the realistic goal that I think a lot of people should have is when you're looking to create money, you want to create something that can be considered life changing. Like that can pay your mortgage, can pay your car payment, that can pay your insurance, that can pay childcare, that can go towards your emergency fund, like going towards getting you out of debt. Like those are the big bills that we're talking about. So when you are looking at that type of income you want to make, typically you're going to have to come out of your pocket with some money. And
Mhm.
so, of course, you can go to Canva. Matter of fact, you can go on YouTube and look up how to sell digital products. You can go look up how to be an affiliate. You can go to Amazon and become an affiliate for them. But I think, do you know what the percentage is, Rhonda, for an affiliate marketing?
I think, don't quote me, but I know I used to do Amazon fulfillment. It was really good several years ago, but the percent kept going lower and lower. So you have to sell more to make more.
Correct.
Versus before, we sold less and we earned more.
Right.
They they flipped the script on us.
But that goes to where the economy is increasing. Like literally, we used to get a gallon of milk for what, $3, $2 or whatever,
Mhm.
$3. I know, I remember at least when it used to be $3. Now it's like $6 for a gallon of milk.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
I don't drink milk. Ugh.
Well, I do sometimes, and then I do the almond. So, that's a little bit more expensive.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
I remember when I used to go to the grocery store and I could come out with like 4 or 5 bags for $50. Baby, $50 is 2 bags if you lucky.
Exactly. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you are looking at, most people, they are starting a side business for the reason of making more money. Like people don't just start a side business just because they want to have something to do.
Mhm.
They want to create more money. You're wanting to get out of debt. You have an objective for why you're looking to create more money.
Absolutely.
So you have two options. You can, sell low ticket items, which like Rhonda just explained, when you're selling something low ticket, it's going to take you more customers, more sales to sell those products. Whereas if you do more high ticket, mid ticket, you can make $500, $1,000 with just 1 or 2 customers,
Mhm.
and you're going to make more money faster. So it really is your preference on like exactly what your objective is, what you feel comfortable with. And I'm telling you, a lot of times you can literally go on YouTube and teach yourself a lot of things. But the one thing that you don't really think about is you got to put in that time.
Mhm. That's
I
true.
mean, you got to go through videos. You got to find someone you can learn from. You got to make sure the information that you're learning is actually accurate. The information that they're giving you for free on YouTube, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to take you from $0 to $1 million or even 6 figures a lot of times. Now, there are some things that can, but we're speaking for most videos, you're going to just learn the basics and you got to put in some work. So,
Yeah.
um, you just got to look into how you can rebuild income,
Mhm.
create more income without spending a lot of time spinning your wheels, wasting time, because who has time to waste? Like to me, time is the most precious thing that we have. Like there's nothing. I mean, if you got to pay some money, like, there's a lot of millionaires, people say, well, why are you paying somebody to come in your house and cook your food? Why do you pay somebody to cut your grass? Why would I want to learn that? Or why would I even want to do that when I can take my time and
Mhm.
go do something else, versus that? Let me hire the professional that wants to do that, that does that for their job, to come in and do that. So
Right.
yeah, so the relatable truth is we have got to figure out a way. Well, you watching this, if you are in need of creating extra income and you know that the money that you're making right now is just not enough. You got to figure out what is going to work for you,
Right.
exactly what your avenues are. And so we're going to be diving more into that on other lives, but this is just kind of like an intro live. So that's my little piece on relatable truth. Let's hear from Rhonda with the shift.
Absolutely. And one thing I was going to mention to you is when you talked about the time, like paying someone else to do their job, that's
Mm-hmm.
very key because that could be that person's job or that could be their business, but that's what they're called to do.
Correct.
So when you are doing what you're called to do and you have the money, and then you take that money and you circulate it to someone else who's doing what they're called to do, and that keeps the flow going. Does that make sense?
It does.
So, if I say, "Oh, I fix roofs," right? That's my business and I'm really good at it. Well, instead of you going to YouTube or going to Home Depot or Lowe's to spend a lot of time on figuring out how to repair your roof, you could just take your money from what you're earning or what you're leveraging your money to do, and you could pay me. You
Right.
see? And
The
so it's more
professional.
of a, yeah, yeah. So that's what came out to me.
Yes.
The shift really just comes with the relatable truth. Oftentimes we're in a shift anyway. We're in a
Right.
shift in middle school, shift in high school, shift in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, shift on our job, shift in our um, businesses. But the shift, when I think of a shift, right now, I think several people are just really being forced to look at that relatable truth that you just mentioned, and you gotta pivot. You
Right.
have to shift, and that's going to look very different from other people. You don't have to shift, but to the people who are watching, you're probably feeling uncomfortable, not in a bad way, but you're like, I'm not going to be able to sustain what I'm doing right now. I'm going to have to do something different. You go to the gas station, and for many years, you always things just came to you easily and effortlessly, whether it was money or relationships. But now the gas is higher,
Mm-hmm.
so it's causing people to wake up and see, oh, I'm in a precarious situation right now. I need to shift. You see what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And what do you shift to? You see what I mean? What are you shifting to? Like for me, unless I'm forced to, which I have been in different times in my career, but I am not like looking to leave my career, but I'm also looking to shift. You see
Right.
what I mean? So I can keep this going because I know how to keep it going, but I'm also looking at I need to make a shift. All
Right.
right. Because what I'm doing right now is working for this over here, but I need to shift so I can get other things going. Yeah.
Facts.
So I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are in a situation where you just kind of feel it. You're
Mm-hmm.
just like, I know I need to do something different. I need to do something in addition to what I'm doing, whatever that testimony is for people. But it's a very uncomfortable feeling, and it's something that we should do not out of fear, but it's something that we really need to urgently look at and say, I need to shift.
Yeah.
And where am I shifting to?
Right. And you gotta, for me, and this has been my motto since I first came online, right? And I love to use the analogy of network marketing companies. Now, I'm not going to name a specific company, but there was a company that I was, a company that I was in, and
Mm-hmm.
I did really well out the gate, made quite a bit of money. Two different companies, as a matter of fact. The first company, it was around Christmas time, and when I enrolled all these people, I think my team grew to like 300 and something people in 60 days. Oh, so I just knew I was gonna get a fat check, and it was around Christmas.
Uh-huh.
When I tell you my check, I think the first check was like 2,000 and something dollars. That was okay. I think that was in November, but the Christmas check
Mm-hmm.
was like 300 and something dollars.
Oh no.
And I was so sick because I really was counting on at least $3,000.
Yes.
And when I called the company, they were like, "Well, you don't have anybody signed up on auto ship. Everybody that you signed up, they all bought, packs."
Mm-hmm.
And I was not trying to hear that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And so I'm bringing that up to say that, had I known to get people to do the auto ship out of the gate, that would have secured more money for myself, not only myself, but I would have been teaching my team to do the same thing. We all would have been elevating together at the same time. Whereas now I had to go back, kind of like eat crow and say, well, ups, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to be on auto ship. Nobody wanted to get on it. And I'll admit, I just said, well, since nobody want to get on auto ship, I'm not going to continue to do this for free.
Right.
So I left that opportunity, went to another opportunity, same thing. But this time the commission was like $2.95 a month per person that was spending $80 a month. Now, there is nothing wrong with network marketing because I am one of those people. I really do not like to see people bash network marketing companies because at the end of the day, I feel like you can create success wherever you choose to.
Mm-hmm.
People buy from who they know, like, and trust. So if you are a likable person, and people trust you, you don't try to get people out of their money, and you're sharing a very valuable product, they're going to buy from you. So if you're okay with making $2.95 per month per person, it doesn't work for me, but it could work for you. Right. But that doesn't mean that this company is a scam or they're getting over on people. No, it's just the model. And you got to look at it. These companies, network marketing companies, they don't advertise on TV. Their advertisement is word of mouth marketing, member to member. But then there's ways that you can do like what we're doing here on live. Like you can market any business on social media. There's so many different ways. Like we're doing the live. So the more lives that we do, we're going to start, putting more videos out. That is information. That is a form of marketing. But then let's say I don't want to get on live. Then we don't even have to show our face. We just choose to. We're comfortable with that. But if we didn't want to show our face, we could have just had the screen up and talking. And we may not have gotten as many people to watch the video, that will, because some people like the interaction and to see people. But there are some people who understand and they just want to hear the information and they're going to hear it. It's for who it's for. So that was an option that we could do. But at the same time, you just got to find what works for you.
Absolutely.
Right? That's really what I think our huge objective that we want to share with you in all of this is finding what works for you, plugging into a community that has people that are doing whatever it is you're wanting to do so that you can get the support that you need. Because who wants to figure things out by yourself? Nobody wants to figure it out by themselves. Like, that's where it's hard. You need an accountability partner. I started on March the 1st, a 90-day glow up. And I have an accountability partner. And now we're getting ready to up the ante to 75 days of a little bit more intense. And I have a couple more accountability partners. Okay. And it makes it so much easier because some days I might wake up in pain and just really don't want to do it. But guess what? I got an accountability partner that I know that's going to get it at 5 o'clock. So I need to get it in either before 5 o'clock or at least at 5 o'clock. You see what I'm saying? So that's holding me accountable to keep my word. Whereas I can flake on myself and be like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then we all know tomorrow sometimes never comes because we just put it off. But, so Rhonda, did you want to touch on the, why this matters or like, any other thing you want to add? Because we're not going to stay on here long. Right. We really just wanted to come on here. We're going to be sharing our journey throughout this. If there's anything that you would like for us to touch on, like some questions that you may have and you're not sure, you can always leave them on wherever you're watching this at. And let us know. But in the meantime, we have some other topics that we're going to be talking about. But did you have anything else that you wanted to add, Rhonda?
Maybe the only thing we can get into it on another time, but why this matters is we talked about the shift, we talked about relatable truth and where you are. And it is a good idea to find what what you like or what works for you. But what we're going to be delving into, why it matters, is you have to have a system,
Yes.
something that you are doing. I know, like in the workplace, we talk a lot about onboarding. It really does matter how you start. It really does matter how you start. Some people will say it don't matter how you start as long as you figure it out along the way. That works as well. But if you can start right, you can be right throughout, and you can scale up. So why
Correct.
it really matters is, we want you, just as we're doing for ourselves, we want you to be where you desire to be quickly. Not, I work in the area of education. So when I first started, the bachelor's and the master's was big. Then it went to the associate's degree, is big. Now, I won't say that those things don't matter, but what matters right now is micro learning. You learn something really quickly, you apply it, you have a career. You learn something really quickly, you apply it, you make money. You see, and so this is why it matters. And this is the shift that we're in. The things that we used to do and that used to work, those things aren't working anymore. So it's like that book, Who Moved My Cheese? You got it, the cheese has moved. The cheese is moved, okay? And and I don't know if it was Sniffy and Scriffy and Scratch and
I cannot remember their names. I got that book over there on my
I,
bookshelf.
I got the book too. We'll talk about it next time. But one of them just stayed. We're not going to stay stuck. So
No.
that's why it matters. We don't want to stay stuck. The cheese has moved, and
So
we
we gotta move with the cheese. We
got
gotta go get the cheese. We gotta go get the cheese. Because
bottom
baby,
line, that's what matters. The cheese has moved.
the
And you
cheese
better
has
go
moved.
find that cheese, or you're gonna be hungry.
You are hilarious. So so we got a lot more things that we're gonna talk about, but for now,
Yes.
I think we are going to start going live more. We're going to share what we're learning. We do have a community that we are a part of. We actually have several communities that we're a part of. We have several different income streams because, like, right now in this time, like, yes, you want to focus on one thing, but I'm a very big believer of, you got to at least have two things going at the same time. Like, you just got to, because you cannot afford to put all your eggs into one basket, because you just never know what may happen. Like, it has happened to me time and time again. Like, so for me, I choose not to put all of my eggs in one basket. That may not work for you. You may be the type of person that you have to hyper focus and you can only focus on one thing. You got to do what works best for you. But for me, I need multiple income streams so that I'm growing them at the same time, and they have to be higher paying income streams. I want to connect with people that are like-minded like myself, people that are looking to level up in their lives like never before. Like, we are in a time right now with the state of this economy that it's no option for us to not level up. Like, you don't have an option. You're going to get left behind, really left behind, if you choose to do nothing. So either you got long money and you don't need to create more money, then you good. We're
Right.
not talking to you per se, but we're talking to, preferably people 30 and up. I would say 30 and up, that are in a place in your life where you're just not where you want to be for various reasons. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You just know you want more, you deserve more, you're worth more, and you are wanting to achieve more. You are who we're talking to. And so we want to invite you to continue to follow us. We both are, I think I'm a little bit more active on social media right now than Rhonda. She's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? She's a little incognito.
I come
Yeah.
on, do what I need to do, and I get off of there.
Yeah. So, she's a little more incognito than me. I will be honest, I have not been laser focused with my content, because the reality is I have been really working on the system, like Rhonda said. Because I've been online for 18 years, I know it is very easy to spin your wheels. I know it's very easy to waste your money. I've wasted enough money for me, you, and everybody else. So I don't want to I don't want to bring you down the road that
Mhm.
I've been down. So my objective is to cut your time for learning to earning, right? You want to earn while you learn. You don't want to sit up here and have to learn how to put a whole system together before you get a dollar. Because guess what? If you are like some people, a dollar matters today. You need a dollar today, not in 5 weeks, not in 10 days. You need a dollar today. So you need to know a system that can put a dollar into your pocket today. If you come out of your pocket and put some money into a program, a platform, or whatever you're purchasing, how can I set this up to get a return on my investment?
Exactly.
So, Rhonda, before we close,
Yeah.
you know me. When we get to going, girl, we could literally be on here for a whole
I
hour.
know it.
Our conversations, we spent
It's,
hours.
it's the next day. I'm sleepy.
I know
It's,
you look
it's,
at it. And,
it's,
and
it's
listen,
the
look, this
morning.
is my time. Like this is
Yeah,
my
this
time.
this your time, but I go to bed early. I have to have 8 hours. I have to have between 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I'm not kidding. I learned this and when I went through breast cancer.
I
I,
know.
I was only getting like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I do not burn at both ends of the stick anymore. So it's almost 2 in the morning, two, three, four,
But
five,
it's
seven,
3 in
eight.
the morning for me, so you already know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to forget about my 5 a.m. morning meditation. I'm gonna have to talk to the Lord a little bit later because I gotta go to sleep. But no,
You
seriously,
are
this
hilarious.
this is really good. I'm excited because I need to level up. Usually, I deal with low ticket type of things, and 10 people earning $100 per person is $1,000, and oh, I work full time. That's pretty good, but not, it is, and I don't take it for granted. However, I have some big dreams, some big goals.
Mm-hmm.
So taking a $400 or $500 per person times 10,
Yeah.
now I can do something with a four or five
Yes,
thousand
baby.
dollar.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
know
See,
what I mean?
that's my money. That's my levels.
I
Like,
can,
listen, 500
yes,
and up. And people can say all day long they don't have it, baby. You got it for what you want it for. I
yes.
can assure you if it's something, whatever it is you really want. Let's say it's a piece of jewelry that you've been eyeing for like
Mm-hmm.
6 months or something, or a year or
Yeah,
2 years. If they brought that to you for $500, and even if you didn't have $500, you'll go borrow it. You'll go find that $500 to get that thing. So you got to choose like your livelihood, like how you get money. Let me bring something home real quick before we get off of here.
okay.
Imagine, working your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have no money really saved up, so you
Right.
don't necessarily have a 401k, because a lot of people do not put money into 401k because they
Mm-hmm.
can't even really afford to pay themselves first, which you really should be paying yourself first anyway. That's a whole
Mm-hmm.
nother subject, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people do not have life insurance for the same reason. They do GoFundMe's, that's what they rely on, but you really should be investing in making sure that you're buried when you leave this earth, your loved ones that's close to you, all of that. Those are all
Yeah.
things that
Mm-hmm.
are really should be requirements that a lot of people skimp on because they don't have the money. But imagine you working a job, you've been there 5+ years or whatever, and you go into this job on said day and you have no job. Okay. You're already struggling financially. You don't have enough money to pay all of your bills already. So now you walk into this job
Yeah.
and you don't have a job. Then
Mm-hmm.
you are scrambling to try to get a job, but you cannot find a job because you know why? Nobody's hiring you because they say you're overqualified. You
Mm-hmm.
you made too much money. You have too much experience. They can't put any money into you because you're a risk for them.
Yeah.
So
Or
what?
you haven't spent any time upskilling. You
Yes,
you haven't
upskilling.
learned any skills.
Yes, your skills are limited.
Mhm.
So what are you gonna do for money? Like
Mhm.
literally, I want you to think about that. What will you do if you wake up tomorrow and you don't have no money in the savings and
Mhm.
you already a paycheck behind paycheck and you don't have a job?
I'm
So
gonna
what
do I'm gonna do this, what we doing.
I know that's right, baby. I'm doing it all day, every day. But the thing is, why not get ahead of it?
Yes.
Why that? So, and I can speak for experience. I woke up one morning and could not move.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally nothing on my, like I couldn't do nothing but blink my eyes and cry and had tears just rolling down my eyes in the bed, praying to God, like, what is going on? Why can't I move my arms and my legs?
Mm-hmm.
I was not, in a financial situation to where I had money. I lost my apartment. I ended up becoming homeless. I had to go through the VA's homeless program. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have stories. That's why when I get on here and I speak, it's passion. You hear it because I've been there. I've been through a lot of things.
Yeah.
And to me, there is no excuse. I remember one time we had to come up with $5,000 in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I came up with 3. They came up with 2.
Yeah.
We had no choice. But see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a risk taker. I really am. But when I do risk, I win. But that's because I go into it with the mindset of I'm gonna do this.
Yes.
Literally. I remember I took my mortgage payment. Most people wouldn't even gamble their mortgage payment. But to me, I had to gamble my mortgage payment because, baby, what next month gonna come from? I don't have this month. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have this month anyway. So I may as well take this month, put it into something, make some money.
Yeah.
Now I got next month and the next month. That's what I did.
Yeah.
But so many people are afraid to bet on themselves. They're afraid to go all in. They're afraid of what other people are going to think. But baby, you should be worried about what you're going to think about if you lose your job and you have no money. What you going to do? That's how people become homeless. Like, how you see some documentaries. Girl, one day I was on YouTube and I had to stop watching because it was just really tugging at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
And I saw a couple of people, talking about how they became homeless. They didn't have no money. They have nobody they could go stay with. They didn't have nothing. So you got to really think about that. A lot of homeless people are not on drugs. Some people did not get on drugs and become homeless.
It's their system. I work with displacement. They're couch to couch homeless. There is a block in their system. See, a system isn't just about money. It's
Right.
the system. Your support. Who's your support system? How you go about doing things. The system. And a lot of us, we may not be homeless or whatever, but if we don't have a system in place, when adversity, it's not when things are going great, but when adversity comes, that's when you find out if your system is broke or if you even have one.
Right. Okay? If you even have one, right.
Yeah. You even have one. And so not to scare anyone, because God's not giving us a spirit of fear, but I was telling my daughter today, I was raised not to really think about the what ifs, which we need to be very honest with ourselves. There could be a chance that you may get sick or someone around you may get sick. You may have to be a caregiver. You know what I mean? You may have to move apartments a couple of times before you get your house. There's just some wisdom that we need to look at and say, you know what? I need to prepare, because a lot of times people say, oh, if you prepare for a rainy day, you're going to get a rainy day. No, there's going to be a rainy day. There's going to be
baby, it's coming, but you better be prepared for it.
You better be prepared. Yeah. Because if you're not prepared, it's But I'm excited about this journey.
So we're going to be documenting what we're doing. We're going to be sharing. Like I said, we have a private community that we're in the process of building.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It is very minimal to get access to the community, and that's where you'll get access to myself and Rhonda as well. You can ask us more questions. We're going to be doing, more private trainings. We haven't said it all out, but we're just starting. Like we literally said, it's 2:53 in the morning for me, 1:53 in the morning for her. Yeah. And we've been trying to go live all day, but our schedules were not coinciding. So we said, I tried to get out of it. I said, well, let's just record a video and then we can upload it. And Rhonda said, no, we're going live.
Yeah, we're going to go live.
So we did. So we have been on here for, it's saying 36 minutes. I can't see if anybody is still watching, but listen, y'all. And I say this for we. Not just me, not just Rhonda, you watching, we have to get out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
There are people who need our help. We need our help. We need to help as many people as we can, because you know why? We're going to need it. Literally. We just got to prepare. We just got to prepare. I want to have my money so long that no matter whatever happens, I'm good. I don't care what it is. I'm good. And my loved ones that I'm close with, they good too. That's the kind of money I want to have. So I want to align myself with people who feel the same way that I do. If that does not describe you, then I understand. No hard feelings, okay? But I want to align with people who have the same desires and goals that we have. And it's just about creating more time and financial freedom, because at the end of the day, we can never get more time back. Yesterday is gone forever. It will never be here again. So I don't want there to ever be anything that comes up where money is causing a problem because I didn't take things serious enough. So that's all I wanted to say. We're going to end. This is 3 a.m. We got to get some rest.
Make sure you check the information in the video description. Okay. Because we're very intentional.
Very intentional. And we will be seeing you guys. Please like, comment, share. Let us know you saw this. It's saying we got some people watching now, but I don't know how accurate this is. I don't even know, but I think it's accurate. But I want to say, if you are watching, thank you so very much. And we appreciate you for staying here. It's not a lot of y'all, but it's a few of y'all. And we really appreciate you guys. And we cannot do this without you. So one last thing before we go is, you got to understand, creating income requires consistency. Okay. So we have to be consistent. If you see this live today and we don't go live for a week, we ain't being consistent.
Uh-oh. Is that what we're doing now?
Rhonda, y'all listen, Rhonda is hilarious. When I tell y'all, she keep me laughing.
I wasn't expecting that. You gonna put us on the spot?
I can't even finish what I was about to say. I'm putting us on the spot because Rhonda, we cannot sit up here and say all this stuff.
Oh,
Rhonda, you better make me cry.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Rhonda, we cannot sit here and say all of this and not be consistent. So we got to hold each other's feet to the fire. We are going to be consistent. That's why I haven't said when we're going to do the next live, but I promise you guys, we will be doing more lives. We are literally committed to this. And we're actually going to be building our own thing too. But at the same time, like I told Rhonda, there are some programs out there that work. So what's the point of us really reinventing the wheel right now when we've both been gone for a minute and we're just getting back? So we're going to plug into some systems that work. We're going to create this money. We're going to see what you guys really, really need. And then we're going to create that. So that's kind of where we are. And so I want to say thank you again, because I still see more of y'all still on here, but we got to go to bed.
we gotta go to bed, and there's no pressure, particularly if you work full time like I do. There's no pressure, but there's also a consistent schedule that you can have. But I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this on how we're going to be able to help other people, help those of you, and you're going to see it's not going to be hard work. It's going to be like what Nikki said. It's just consistent work, whatever consistent looks like for you.
Consistent for you.
Yeah. If that's once a week, if that's 3 times a week or whatever, but we are going to be consistently here for you, because we don't want to deliver something to you, right? And just give our money testimonies. We want to hear your testimonies, and hopefully there'll be more people eventually coming on here with us. That'll be even more fun.
Well, yes, it will. But I will say, this time around, I'm not going to be talking about my money, but baby, you're going to see the lifestyle. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to see the upgrade. So you're going to know, in order for me to upgrade right now,
I'm not showing anything.
You said what, Rhonda?
I'm not showing anything.
Listen, I'm going to say this. For the last year and some change, you guys, if you follow me, if you know me, you know I was in a bad car accident in November of 24. and I'm still battling. Like, I've been sitting here this long, y'all. My back is hurting me so bad. So I know we got to go because I'm starting to feel like the really, really bad pains. But I'm still going through that process. But I have a car that I just got in January, but that's a situation right there. However, I'm just going to say I have not had a car since my car accident. And my reasoning is, what purpose is there for me to get a car when I have debt that I want to pay down, just to be able to have a car? When I can Uber to appointments, get rides to an appointment, whatever. I don't go that many places to where I need a car, to have a car payment, to put money into a car. So my objective for not having a car is to pay down all of my debt, reassess what I want, because I don't even know what kind of car I want, honestly. I change it every month now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But what I'm saying is, you'll see my lifestyle upgrade. You'll see the trips. You'll see a lot of the things. But as far as showing how much money I'm making, I'll never do that again. Because the reality is, what money I make, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to make that money, because my work ethic and your work ethic is different. So what's the point of me showing you how much money I'm making when I don't even know if you're willing to work like I'm working?
Or they can supersede what you're doing.
That part. That part. So yeah. So we're not going
to supersede. So you don't want to put a mental block anywhere.
Correct.
We want to take the limits off. Yeah, but I'm not going to be showing my business, but I'm the opposite of you. There's a car payment that I'm getting rid of with this. Okay. Listen. And we got to go, but when you're doing the numbers, do you know what I mean? When you're doing the numbers, I'm telling you, 25, 30 people that I help or we help.
What's the numbers on that? Just so they can understand. Do it at 507.
Okay, 507.
And let's say 30 people.
Okay. Okay. 30 people.
Now, mind you, it's an 85% commission that we earn. So the amount is actually 597. However,
507, 30 people, that's about 15,000.
So now do 30 people at $27. No, matter of fact, do 30 people at $17.
Yeah, that's $510. Nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at.
I mean, it's we listen.
You got to start. You got to start somewhere.
Yes, preference. I would tell you this. Rhonda, do you know who said that it takes the same amount of effort to make a low ticket sale versus a high ticket sale? Which one is that? Is that Gary Vee that says that?
I don't know who said it, but I know it's true.
Yeah, it's the same amount of effort. So just like we on this live, just imagine if we were selling a $27 product, a $97 product. It's the same amount of effort. We're still having to create the same content. So you want to get.
Do you all want us to teach you how to talk 45 minutes and earn $27 per person? Or do you want us to talk 45, 46 minutes and you're earning 400, 500, 600, 1,000 and no income claims?
Correct.
This is all educational purposes, but numbers tell the truth. So that's what she means. Am I gonna? And then, like I said, I'm super cautious. I'm super cautious. A lot of people think I'm a risk taker because I give off that thing, but I be wanting to know, where is that 17 going? What is it going to do for me? How's it going to be a solution? Do you see what I mean? So sometimes us people who be working full time, we be thinking too much over here, but I'm leveling up. Okay.
Leveling up, baby, because this is the intentional level up.
Yes.
The intentional level up. So with that being said, we're going to close this out. We've given you guys 46 minutes. We started this for how many minutes did we say, Rhonda? We said
we're going to do 15 minutes.
15 minutes. But this is just the power of, like, you can see our excitement. Like, this is what we do. We have these conversations amongst ourselves every day. Like, we're talking in depth. We talk hours about different stuff. So you're now going to start seeing some of our conversations.
Yes.
And we're excited to invite some of you guys on here, grow our community, and literally level up in a way that we've never leveled up before this year.
Yes.
Like this year right here, 2026 is my year for literally doing a 180 from where I am to where I want to be. And so I am excited to share it with you. Rhonda has the same goal,
Yes.
and she's excited as well. And we're excited to have you here. And so with that being said, I'm getting ready to end this stream.
End it.
And we still have some viewers. And so I want to thank y'all. We appreciate y'all
Thank
at 3
you.
o'clock
Thank
in the
you.
morning. So you guys have a great night. We will see you on soon. I can't say when. I can't say when because I don't want to tell a fib, but it will be soon.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you guys have a great night. It's your girl, Nikki Pink Goddess, also known as Coach Nick, signing out. Peace.
Peace.